Hey guys, so I just wanted to give a little kind of shop update. So I had plans to do some videos on this X3 I picked up. We found a 2012 X3 28i. For those of you who don't know, this car's a little weird. It is only made in 2011 and 2012. And it is N52 powered with a ZF8. It's got a lot of E-Series features in it, but it is technically an F chassis. It's an F25. So like the shifter's F-Series, dash is F-Series, but the head unit and the infotainment stuff is like E70 or E83, I think is what the X3 is. But it's pretty good. It's pretty base. Base cluster, base head unit, glove box falling apart, center console, everything you kind of want in a daily driver, and it's got the 8-speed, which is more reliable. Does have a few issues. We got this for $3,000, and I think the valve cover's diaphragm for the PCV system's broken, because it starts squealing after you drive a little bit, and hopefully it doesn't, and I'll get a little clip of it, but it's crazy loud on how much noise that makes. That's the noise.
That is annoying.
My mom needed a new car, and I was expecting it to be a little bit of work, and it was literally just a vacuum leak, so there wasn't too much to do with that. But that turned out to be a great deal, and I'm super happy that she's getting to drive that. And maybe I'll do a little bit more info on it once I have a little bit more time. But since we're not doing anything in this little week, I've got some stuff that's not like there's a little bit of stuff we did, and I'll probably throw it together, but it's a lot of footage, and it was just too much to get done in the time I needed. So we're going to be talking about what's been going on. So we are waiting on delete parts for my X5. So far, it's been daily driving it like 70-ish miles a day, and we're getting like 24 miles per gallon, hand calculated for all those who like that. So hopefully we'll see what kind of improvements we get there. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be just tune, delete. We're going to be testing out that new D-flasher. For anybody who's interested in the M57s, this has been something that popped up, and apparently it's really good. There's not a lot of info on it yet, so I got that ordered yesterday because we got more space in the shop. Previously, there were two engines here. We had that blown up LS from the Corvette, and then we had a Atlas engine from a Trailblazer, and both of those got picked up Sunday. So we've got this space back. I think the plan is we're gonna get a bench or something over here. Maybe, I don't quite know yet, but we're gonna get something over here, maybe a bench, and then move stuff around to get it a little bit better. And then we've got a few more projects coming. So first one is we're going to be getting my X5 tuned and potholed, ABC'd. And then we'll see what we're getting miles per gallon wise. My brothers and I are going on a little road trip the 27th. So I'm going to try and get all my cameras geared up, and we're going to, excuse me, put them in the cars because we're going on like I think it's a pretty common drive in Colorado, but I've never done it, and I think it'll be nice. And then comes the next part. So, X5. My buddy had these wheels laying around, and I can have them for a good deal, but the center bore on them is a little weird, so I'm trying to figure out if I can make them work on the X5. I haven't seen any E70 specifically on tarmacs, and I think they'd be kind of cool. The only downside is the offset's really low, and I don't know if I can make them fit. So I'm trying to find spacers to see and test fit that. If it does work, I'm gonna be super excited. And then we have the stack of cars that we can work on. Okay, first, we have two E30s, right? This one is mine. This was my actual first car, and I learned how to do most of the stuff when I started working on cars, and the wiring is atrocious, and I need to fix it and drive this thing now that I don't have a fun-ish car anymore. I really, really want to get this. This does run and drive, but it's miserable, to say the least. The M10 is loud, it vibrates a lot, and it's got a 410 limited slip, so it's really, really slow and has very, very short gears. So this, I really, really want to put an N52 in it. After driving this X3, which is an N52 car, it's an F25 with an N52, I really want to put an N52 in this because I think it would be a lot of fun with a 6-speed. And then get like maybe one of the cheaper center or self-centering shifters and be good. It's already got solid bushings all the way around. This has been converted to disc in the rear. It's on Fortune 500 coils, but it's just been sitting, and I really want to get it working and with something a little bit better, like the N52. So I think that's the plan for this guy. The next thing is my brother also wants to do that and finish taking out this M59 Vanos, and I think just do that. This we had some issues with, but it is working now, running. We're fitting an M6 booster in this car as well, which we'll get a little bit more info on. But this one ran and drive until we took it apart, much like everything else. This thing needs to be taken apart so it stops running, and then we can fix it. And then for a few other options, we have an E36 as well. We have a 95 E36 sedan sport pack that's pretty much just been sitting. My brother wanted it, the one who has the other X5. He really wanted a red E36. I found one for a really good deal before he had his license, and my brother who has the E30, him and I went in on it. We picked it up and gave it to him. He doesn't have too much interest in working on them, so it's just been kind of sitting. And I was thinking either make that one into kind of like a temporary track car or just clean it up and drive it, because E36s aren't common. We also have a E46 Touring, that's a slick top, that is 3 liters manual swapped in rear-wheel drive. That needs a bunch of refreshing. That one actually came from one of my buddies, and it came from some pretty big BMW guys, a couple of my other friends. If you're in the BMW scene, you probably know them, DBO. I think they built that car initially, Chris and Will did. And then it went to another Chris, and then went to my other buddy, and then we got it and have had it for a while. But it needs a ton of stuff to basically be cleaned up from not my buddy and not the DBO boys, but the person in between. So it needs a lot of work, and we can get that sorted. But then we have the final two, well, one car at least that I want to work on. The other one is my brother's, so I can't speak for it. But the final car is my 75 2002. Before I went to Japan, I came across a really, really weird deal on Marketplace, and I ended up buying it pretty much without question, without hesitation. I just went and bought it. So here we have two M20s. This one is an ETA. For those who don't know, this is a 2.7 liter with a head that is very limited and only revs to about like 5,000 RPM. This is actually a little bit more interesting. This is from a 320i Touring. This is an M20 B20. The thing I guess people do, you have a couple options for stroker swaps. You can do an 885 head on this block. And that'll get you a low compression 2.7. But you can also put this head on it, which maintains, or which keeps the compression ratio and allows it to rev a little bit higher. It's a 731 head, which I want to put on that engine. This table's trashed because it's been bad. And then I also got the transmission from that 320i. So this is also weird because it's a Getrag 240 with a 6-cylinder bell housing, which I don't think we had any combo of in the US with the exception of the E21 323s. So I want to put the stroker setup with that transmission in my 2002 and then get that running. I've also got a few other goodies I picked up just over the years that I need to use. So that's kind of the plan for that. But I don't know which one I want to do next. The 2002 is definitely going to be the most work. E30 is probably also going to be just about as much work. The E36 would be the least amount of work. And then the E46 is just kind of pulling an engine out and then refreshing it, which may be good. So I haven't quite decided on what I want to do next. But it will be BMW related. Once we get the ABC, the pothole done on my X5 and see how that goes. One of those will be done. But I want to know what you guys would like to see. I honestly want to get all of them done, so the order doesn't matter as much. Obviously, it's just time and money, and there will be a lot of money and a lot of time, and see where it goes. But let me know what you guys want to see down below, whether you want to see the 2002, the E30 or E30s, the E46 or E36, and we'll kind of go from there. Alternatively, the shop is in bad shape and winter's coming up. It apparently sprung a bunch of leaks while I was gone. And now we have mold and water leaking in everywhere, which is why these have tarps on them indoors. So we need to do that. So maybe I hop up on the roof and then do some roofing, which I've never done before, but can't be that hard, much like everything else. You know, if someone can do it, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to. It's not rocket science. People build things all the time. So it's just a matter of thinking, doing, and know if you make a mistake, you got to fix it. So the camera's about to die. I just wanted to give you guys like a little shop update and go from there. Additionally, after roof's done, we want to paint in here. And I think, I haven't decided on the color, but my brother and I want to paint in here and clean it up and make it look a little bit better. So that's on the list too. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you all so much for watching and subscribing. I promise there will be more car content. I've been enjoying filming it and just enjoying doing this because I love working on cars, and I think I'll be happy that I have this, 5-10 years down the line. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one, which will actually probably be some 328D stuff. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.